Amazing. Welcome back! Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll talk about how to buy a pre-construction condo in 2020. How to buy a pre-construction condo in 2020 in Canada? Stay tuned as I'm sharing with you some ideas. The most important step that you need to follow before you go out there to see what's on the market is get approved. You heard it right. Finances is everything. You say cash is king, finances in this case is everything as well. You need to make sure that you know how much you can actually afford before you go out there to try to buy a home. Yes, I know, it's not fun, but in reality, if you find yourself a home that you think you can afford for a mortgage of $700,000, and you find this beautiful condo that this is the one, but you can actually only afford $550, guess what? It means that the balance you will have to come up with cash. And if you don't have that cash, that's it. You can't take this condo. So make sure that you take the time and you speak to a mortgage broker and you get your finances in order before you go out there to find what you can actually afford or you can't. Now, when it comes to buying a condo, make sure you speak to some professional agents because you want to be on the VIP list. There is a VIP, there's a friends and family list, there's a platinum list, there's different lists. It's so important to make sure that you are on the list, whatever list you're going on, but make sure that you are one of the first ones to go out there to see the brand new construction. Why? Because in my example, and I've seen it many times, the friends and family discount is probably the best discount. So the VIP or there's VIP doesn't really matter. The friends and family is what you can get the best savings. I'm not talking about saving thousands of dollars, but I'm talking about free parking spot. I'm talking about free assignment. I'm talking about a free locker, upgraded appliances. This is the kind of things that only friends and family get. So you might look at it and say, hey, I'm on the VIP list. Why did I get all those things? It's because you were not on the friends and family list. How do you get to that list? You need to work with a professional real estate agent who is in the business of selling pre-construction condos. That's it. That's all it takes. Work with the best to get the best results. Another point that I would like to mention is that make sure when you're buying a condo, you work with the bigger builders. And we had scenarios here in Toronto where a builder will go on the market, collect a lot of deposits, and 2 years later, they're out of business. What happens then? They either close down the project or they go completely out of business. So you want to make sure that when you're buying yourself a pre-construction, you are going with probably one of the bigger builders, a builder that has been in this business for many years, because you don't want to deposit money. Let's give it a try. 2020, you're depositing $50,000 in the pre-construction. It will be built in 2024. A year later, they say, well, we're out of business. I'm sorry. Here's your deposit. Because your deposit now, if you're trying to buy a condo for $500, but now it's 2021, you're buying the same condo for $550, that's $50,000 that you lost. And that's something that you have to remember and consider, that when you're buying a pre-construction, in a way you're taking a bit of a risk. You're trying, so you might as well do the research and you might as well work with the right person, the right company and the right brand. And the different story why I recommend to buy for sale homes versus pre-construction, but that's for a different video. The other point that I really want to make sure that you guys understand when it comes to buying a pre-construction is managing the levies as well as maintaining charges. There's going to be other fees other than buying the condo. There's going to be fees for closing fees, lawyer fees. There's going to be the property taxes that you have to consider. There's a few other fees that you have to remember. What I always recommend my clients is take the contract. When you sign it at the builder's office, you have what we call it a cooling off period of 10 business days. It's 10 business days. We have this huge document of about 100 plus pages, and you take it to the lawyer's office so they can review it. I'll give you a tip which will save you a lot of money and a lot of headache, is when you're working with a lawyer and they're representing you there to the closing, for the closing itself, in 3 or 4 years from now, once the building is done, that fee that you're paying them up front to review the contract is part of that. So make sure you might as well use that service because it's there. They don't advertise it, but I'm telling you as a professional real estate agent and a friend to make sure that you take your contract to a lawyer so they can review it and they can cap any fees that the builder could potentially charge you in the future. And yes, we have seen it before where all of a sudden the builder will charge you extra $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000 out of nowhere, and it says in the contract that they can charge you whatever the cost is to complete the building. So don't be a fool, make sure you do your research because it will save you thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about the down payment, because this is another thing that people don't understand, and I want to make sure that it's clear. 20% is normally what required in a pre-construction development. 20%. So let's say you're buying a condo for $1 million, 20% of it will be $200,000. The $200,000 is divided to different payments. Normally it's 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. 5% within the first, when you sign the document, another 5% within 90 days, another 5% within 180 days, and another 5% within 360 days. So just because it looks like it's 20% doesn't mean that you will need to pay this money up front, but keep in mind you only have 1 year to come up with this 20%. So this is something that you have to consider when you're buying a pre-construction. In a resale, it's completely different, and I will share with you afterwards in a different video what it means to actually buy a resale. Now, if you like the video, please smash the like button, give me the thumbs up, comment below if you have any other thoughts related to buying a pre-construction project here in Toronto or in anywhere in Canada or even in the States. Make sure you comment below. We'd love to hear your feedback. Have an amazing day.